I'm Bias Trades here, and today I'm going to be going over my Feb trading review. Let's get straight into it. So this is the calendar overview. We can see overall the month was pretty typical for me. A decent amount of trades. I would have expected maybe 2 days of these to not be traded at all. But overall, the execution has been pretty on par. Obviously, we have made some mistakes over here. We can see too wide risk, maybe late entries, a bit emotional on one of these days. And one of those days was a forced trade, and it was a red day, so that one's probably the biggest pain in my ass, at least for this month. However, pretty much apart from that, it's been pretty good. Now, this is the equity curve for this month. Overall, you can see it's actually been pretty nicely kind of linear upwards. Had some dips at the beginning, but overall it's been pretty consistent progress this month. And that's kind of what I expect. I use wide stops, so I shouldn't be expecting too much deviation kind of from what my system performance is. Now, for general stats, I got about a 71% win rate, so I'm very happy with this. This is really good. Obviously, yes, this is attributed to me using wider stops and my entries, so that's meaning I normally am aiming for about 70% win rate. So this is pretty much on par to what my system should be doing. So overall, very happy with that. The percentages, that's if you really want to look into my average loss compared to return. Now, I think the average loss is a bit skewed simply because a lot of those were sometimes like a loss I was closing at end of day or like break even. And that's why a lot of them aren't really big losses at the moment this month. I was quite lucky that a lot of the losers or break even trades were because of VWAP reclaims in the afternoon, which were very easy to identify and very easy to get out of. So I didn't really take any big losses on that side. Now, the development this month, I kind of wanted to talk about using real-time statistics and equity curve simulations to improve my trading performance. So this month I've been working, well, I guess last February and March this month, I've been working with a trader developing his own real-time statistics and equity curve simulations just like mine. And I have to say it's been actually really beneficial for me as well to just dive deeper into the process again and explaining how it works, what things you're going to use, building out the tools again. And overall, it's been really helped my awareness of probabilities and overall confidence in my strategies. So by running these simulations before making a trade in the morning, I'm able to see how different scenarios may play out and identify potential risks and opportunities, whether that be through better entry criteria, or maybe I could do a better PT, or maybe I exit at close, all those kind of things I can measure and simulate before I take a trade in the morning. And that can give me a very good informed decision of how I want to take this particular trade. Now, it is a bit time consuming. Instead of like running, looking at fundamentals or stuff like that, this is kind of how I spend my time in the morning. It normally takes about 15 minutes or so, depending on how much data I'm looking at. And then I kind of make my decision of if I'm going to enter it open or if I'm going to potentially wait a couple minutes or, more until I get a 10%, 20% spike, something like that. Now, by using real-time statistics and XCurve simulations, I was able to gain a deeper understanding of the probabilities and improve my confidence in my trading decisions. And I really think this was very beneficial for this month, as this was able to keep me to the process, keep me being systematic, and keep me not from taking gut feelings or anything like that. And also a big one was being very confident on if it reclaims VWAP, past in the afternoon, I'm going to exit and I'm going to get out for break even or a very small loss. I'm not giving it a wide stop. There's no beneficials to that, at least for my system. So if you haven't got some real-time statistics or XC curve simulations, I highly recommend giving them a try. It does take some time to build out if you're a coder, but if you're not a coder, feel free to DM me or hit me up on Discord or Twitter or my even website, and I'd love to help you in that. Now, the improvements needed for this month, so currently March, I'm really considering turning on some other setups that I've been developing. Currently, if you've been following me on Twitter, I only trade one ticker a day, and that's just because I stick to about two setups, and I only allow myself the best trade of the day, depending on what setup I'm looking at. Now, if I turn on other strategies, it most likely will mean I'd probably up that to two trades or maybe even three trades a day. Well, that wouldn't be very common, but overall, it'd be probably two trades most frequently. Now, a couple things I'll need to consider here is that overall beneficial to my long-term P&L curve or simulated P&L curve? If so, how much of it is the benefit? What is the opportunity cost of it? How much more risk am I giving myself? Am I having to limit size or am I increasing size? All those kind of questions. So that's really going to be a big thing I focus on this month to not necessarily make the decision this month to turn it on, but potentially just get it ready to clearly know if I want to or not want to. Secondly, is I'm going to overhaul my kind of algo trading bots that have been working on futures. Now they have been doing pretty good, so don't get me wrong, but I think there's definitely been some tweaks and issues I found that I could potentially fix or make a bit better. Not so much in the criteria wise, but just so much in trade management. I think there's kind of a lot of edge I'm missing there on how to actually trade manage those trades a bit better, whether that be through break even stops, trailing stops, all that kind of stuff. So I'll probably give myself another month of testing these algo bots using different kind of challenge accounts and funded accounts. And then once I've got those all those tweaks done, it will go straight into a funded account, and I'll have them all running on probably two funded accounts and then one account that I have my own capital in. Thirdly, I'm going to work on my sleep by getting a Whoop band. So I've been struggling with having not consistent sleep, but I've just been going to bed too late and waking up too late. And ideally, that's just not a very good pattern to get myself into. I have been having quite a lot of sleep, but I'd be very interested to see how deep that sleep is and how efficient that sleep is. So I want to get myself a Whoop band and really measure that and kind of start working on my sleep, which can overall help my execution plus my life. Lastly, is to work out before trading. Now, I recently listened to Jay Trader on Be the Trader's podcast, and I kind of resonated with that idea of doing a workout before trading because it gets your excitement out. You're a bit more calm. You're a bit more kind of tired, I guess, in some sense. And that can allow me to be more methodical about my thinking and not be so on edge to take a trade. And I think that could be a really, really good thing for me to do. And especially personally, I do like working out in the afternoon, but just doing something in the morning, whether that be like a run or some boxing, I think could be a great addition to my kind of like trading routine. So these are these improvements that I want to make for next month in trading, and I think they will overall improve all parts of my life. Plus, obviously, ideally, my trading is which is my main focus. Now, thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed it, please like and share it with anyone else who might be interested.